Yo, dudes, what's going on with y'all? This week I decided to review a book I quite like because my review trough is fucking empty. Anyhow, we're going to be enjoying Black by Ted Dekker. Beware, because spoilers be lurking ahead. So, this book follows Thomas Hunter, who is a sculptor with a history of getting himself involved in illegal dealings in order to help out his family. And he starts having dreams about this strange other world that is apparently a vision of future Earth, as it has a perfect history recollection of our Earth, including things that haven't even happened yet. However, instead of the Futurama-style cities, this world is split into a sort of reimagining of the Garden of Eden and the Black Forest of Tele and his bats. So this book is very heavy Christian fiction, but it's actually really good Christian fiction, as are most of Dekker's works. There's a reason this dude is my favorite author. Anyhow, Thomas hears that present Earth is about to be ended by a huge virus made from a vaccine, and after a lot of prodding from his sister, proves that this knowledge has merit by accurately naming the horse that will win the Kentucky Derby, despite not knowing any of the participants. So they spend time arguing with the local government, who, surprise surprise, aren't exactly eager to learn that the man who can gain information from his dreams has strange new visions of a virus born from a vaccine. So, through a mixture of increasingly difficult situations, Thomas ends up kidnapping the owner of the company that made the vaccine to convince her to listen to him. Impulsive and dangerous and more than a bit stupid, yes, but also desperate times, desperate measures, and all that. Meanwhile, on the other Earth, the firstborn of the humans, named Tanise, is hoping to start an expedition into the Black Forest to wipe out all of those who opposed Elion, who is God. It's weirdly one of those build-ups that I would think you could enjoy and understand whether or not you're a spiritual person, but being one enhances the understandings and the parallels the story does have to tell. Anyhow, over time, Thomas ends up being torn as he needs more information from his dreams, but ends up putting both himself and the world in his dreams in danger in order to do so. However, he is ultimately successful enough to get several countries to come together and hear what it is he has to say, although he is usually dismissed. I do have to say that I love it when the representative of France starts doubting him, and Thomas basically points out, hey, I've clearly gotten enough info from all my dreams to prove myself 100 times over, so shut the fuck up, and walks out. He also grows a bit more in both realities, being forced into something of a leadership role as he faces against the threat of the virus and the threat of the Black Forest in his dreams. Eventually, the firstborn in Thomas's dreams, driven by Thomas's actions, travels into the Black Forest and decides to try to advance into the forest himself, and ends up committing a betrayal that forever changes the world that Thomas found, turning it lifeless and dangerous. A sickness takes over everyone and turns their skin scaly and makes them irritable and affects their thinking. And honestly, it's a beautiful representation of the different ways of thinking and reasoning that exist between those who believe in God and those who do not in our own world. Anyway, as Thomas decides to devote some time to his dream in order to become someone in our world who can help, we're informed that he spends 15 years in his dreams fighting and defending the survivors, which is only 7 hours in our time. And he's awakened as a man is attempting to kill him, and then the book ends, and it leaves you really interested and excited for the next story. My personal score for this is 9.5 out of 10. It's not quite perfect. There are a few moments that can be touched up just a little bit, but it does set up everything it wants to do and does it very well, and it's all quite well told and an interesting story that I think both believers and non-believers could enjoy, so I really don't know what more you can ask from it than that. Let's go ahead and take a look at that bingo card. And we filled out a little bit of spaces, but did not end up actually hitting bingo at any point. Anyhow, that's all for this time, so if you have something else you want me to review, go ahead and leave a comment down below, let me know. If you want to see what we get into next time, go ahead and subscribe. Until then, drink plenty of water, tell your parents that you love them, and stroke your mustache at night.